Alrighty. Motorcycle helmets. There's a lot of them out there. Expensive ones, cheap ones, heavy ones, light ones, cool ones, lame ones. So how do you know what helmet to get? What helmet's gonna be right for you? Well, I don't know, but today I'm gonna walk you through my 3 helmets, and I ride with these weekly. You know, I have 3 different styles here, kind of depending on what bike, what kind of riding I'm gonna be doing. So I'm just gonna talk about these 3 and why I like them, why I chose them, and all 3 of these helmets are under the $200 price point. Some of them well below that. And all of these helmets are available on Amazon right now. You could have them on your door tomorrow. Links in the video description below. Let's rip into it. So the first helmet we have here, this is gonna be the GDM Demon. Now, the one thing that I'll tell you about this helmet right off the bat is that it's only offered in black and white. And the white ones are very rare to find. I typically only see them in stock about once a month, but who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. So to get this helmet, you've gotta be fine with just a basic color. Now, they do have gloss black and the matte black. I have the matte black right here. And then the white, I believe you have that choice of gloss or matte. Now, if you can get over the fact that this isn't gonna be in all kinds of crazy colors and graphic schemes, I think you've got a heck of a value right here. So GDM is gonna have several different models of helmet. I've worn different GDMs for the last, I would say, 6 years, and I was rocking a GDM Venom, so it's kind of the older model than this. It doesn't have quite as many cool features. The shape of it's a little bit different, and this one, just right as you see it, is priced at $159. Now, whenever you buy a GDM helmet, you're gonna get the choice of a second visor with it. It comes totally free, it's not any extra. So you'll of course get the clear visor, and then you get the choice, do you want the dark smoked visor? I think they have a lighter smoked one as well. They have the chrome mirrored blue, they have gold, silver. So that's kind of a nice gesture to get the clear, and then the second one, whatever color you want. So let's just walk around the helmet here. I'll kind of show you all the different features and what really stands out about this one. And of course, all of our helmets, you're gonna see a chin mount on. I just use chin mounts for all of my camera gear, so just don't mind that. Look past that. But up on the front of the helmet, you're gonna get vents in a few different places. Of course, you get that one on your chin there that you can have closed, you can have open. It's got a nice screened pattern in there. It's not gonna let, you know, a huge bug or something fly through that and end up in your mouth. The ones up top, you know, they kind of have these dual vents. You can push just a little slider up top forward to close them, push it back to have them open. You got one of those on each side of the helmet. Now, if we turn the helmet around on the back side, you're gonna have a couple vents there. That's where that air is passing through. The air that comes in from those 2 vents up front. So then you definitely feel that this helmet gets really good airflow. Now, this big old spoiler on the back, this is not just your little flimsy plastic kind of wing that's glued on there. No, this thing is screwed in there. You have like big Phillips screws around it in several different spots, and so it's thick, it's meaty. Your helmet's not gonna fall off your motorcycle and this is gonna crack and fall off. I've had that happen before on helmets, it sucks. So good construction there. What I really like about this helmet, one thing I'm really picky about on helmets is just the overall shape of it. That is so important to me. I don't wanna just put some round bubble on my head and look like a goofball going down the road. So I do kinda like that aerodynamic, you know, that racy looking shape. I mean, we all like to have that MotoGP type looking helmet. So the shape is very good on this. That's what first drew me to it. You know, I always liked just a straight black helmet, and I saw the shape of this one and I was like, whoa. Now, to fasten the helmet on your head, this one is gonna have your classic double D ring loop system. This is what I like This is my favorite sort of fastener for a helmet. I've tried different latching systems and quick release stuff, and this just works better for me. It's just so classic and original. It's what I'm used to. And then you are gonna have a little snap on that strap as well. And so you've got the other part of that snap just on your little helmet flap. You can snap the excess of this right on there. Now, as far as the visor on this helmet, up on the front, you get two nice wings there. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it is very easy to throw your thumb under that and pop the visor of this helmet up. Now, once it's up, you do get several very firm positions that you can have this visor in. So if you like that visor a little lower, even though it's open just to block the sun, whatever it may be, putting our visor up all the way to switch that visor, your little levers there on the side, you get one on each side of the helmet. They're very easy to actuate. I've had helmets that were twice the price point of this one that did not have as good of a system as these GDMs have. Now, another thing I really like about this helmet is it's got a flip down visor on top of your regular visor. Now, this is really nice on a summer day that you can have your visor up, you know, if you still wanted to block the sun, still have eye protection from any rocks, dust, bugs. That's a great option that still just gives you full wind. I mean, you get so much air on your face with your visor up and then just having your little flip down visor down. And what I noticed, even on really sunny days, sometimes if I'm riding right into the sun, I will flip that visor down and have my regular visor down as well. You can look straight at the sun, ride straight into the sunset, and you'll be totally fine. So that's kind of handy. As far as the overall feel and the construction of the helmet, you know, the quality of the padding is good. I would say the padding, it's soft, it's light, it's very airy. Some of the helmets I've had over the years, the padding is just so firm, it's so dense. I mean, you put on the helmet and it just feels like a rock on your head. And then as soon as you put some of those helmets on, you just feel tuned out from the world. You almost just feel like this is not real life. And while that is very good for a long highway road trip, you know, just less wind noise, for everyday riding, for cruising in the summer, and for cruising around town, I think that's where this helmet really shines. This is a great summertime helmet just because it lets so much wind pass through. It's light. My whole head isn't completely sweating all the time in July when I wear this, and I can still hear what's going on around me. You know, I can hear my motorcycle, I can hear the traffic around me. If somebody was hollering or yelling, I could hear that in this helmet. Now, they do offer these GDM Demons in a Bluetooth setup. Now, the standard price, the $159, but if you get this helmet equipped with Bluetooth from the factory, it's only $199. So for $40 more, you can get, you know, GDM's version of a Sena or a Cardo. That's a very nice gesture by GDM to do that and offer that. But yeah, the GDM Demon, 5 stars. This is absolutely my main rider, my go-to helmet at the moment. Good value, good shape, good feel, that you get the extra visor, that you can get it with Bluetooth. I think you have a deal right here. All right, second helmet. This is gonna be my dirt helmet. This is the ILM AP868. Now, of course, I got this in black as well, but this helmet's offered in 6 different colors. There's like a red scheme, a green, a pink, maybe a blue, orange. So you've got a few other options with this one here. Now, ILM is a brand that makes a lot of different styles of helmet. They have plenty of road helmets as well. They do have some carbon fiber stuff that gets a little bit more high end. But this is just kind of your adventure dirt MX helmet. It's bare bones. It's all you need. It works and functions very well. Now, with your classic dirt helmets that are gonna have obviously a spot for goggles, you know, it's not like a dual sport helmet where it does have a flip down visor. So the helmet itself is only part of your cost, and then you'll have a little added cost depending on on what you go with for goggles. But that's always kind of the fun part for me, is that you get to pick your helmet and then you can pick any different style of goggle out there. So the helmet itself is going to be priced at $69.99. So 70 bucks. The goggles that I've got, the goggles you see in ours, these are going to be the 100% Strata 2s. On Amazon, as of right now, they're $31. So the helmet and goggles, as you see it, you can get this exactly today for $101. Some standout features, what I really like about this. So right off the bat, first thing, the helmet is so light, which is exactly what you want, especially if you're off-road, just really getting worked by your motorcycle or by the terrain that you're riding through. Having a helmet for stuff like that isn't a million pounds makes a world of difference. So this helmet, this is definitely your warm weather MX helmet. I mean, the thing is loaded with vents up in the chin there. On either side, you're gonna get these little mesh screened in vents. Up on the very front of the chin, you might be able to see them past my chin mount there, but you've got all kinds of little holes. It's a whole perforated chin. And then on the back side, there's gonna be a bunch of screening there as well. So that kind of double layered, double screen, that just ensures that you're never gonna be eating dirt or bugs as you're wearing this. And then up on the top of the helmet, you've got a vent right there. Flipping over to the back side, you've got a couple on either side. So this helmet just lets all the wind pass through. Now, as far as your bill up top, it's totally gonna be adjustable. You've just got a couple different anchors there that you can turn and loosen. You can get this at whatever angle you'd like. This helmet, again, double D-ring loop. You do have a nice little plastic snap there, one on the other side of your strap. The padding in this helmet, really, really soft, really good quality. As far as the back side of the helmet, you do get a nice spoiler right up towards the top there. And so that lets your goggle strap never rise up too high, and then you get a nice ridge that runs around the whole helmet on the lower part. Now, as far as the face, the opening of this helmet, now I have struggled with this a little bit in years past. Sometimes I'll get an MX helmet and then I source out the goggles I want. Well, they both arrive. I go to put the goggles in the helmet, and the helmet shape there, the opening, just doesn't perfectly match the goggles that I got. But this helmet, they just fit in there like a glove. You know, these goggles make a good seal on your face. The helmet isn't holding them out that they can't reach your face. And 100% goggles, I mean, these are kind of a staple, you know, as far as MX and off-roading stuff. But yeah, really, really nice helmet. I've had zero complaints with this. You know, if this helmet disappeared tomorrow and I had to buy another MX helmet, I'm just buying another one of these exact helmets. The AP868 has not done me wrong. All right, and then lastly, another street helmet for you, but this one's gonna differ a little bit from our GDM. So this helmet here is gonna be the Scorpion EXO R420. I don't know why it's called the 420. It has nothing to do with weed. So this helmet I got about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Paid about $200, but now I'm seeing these helmets, I'll see them in between $129 and about $179. There's a lot of different sellers for these, and this helmet you can get in any graphic style, any color of the rainbow. I mean, there is so many different versions of this R420. So I just got kind of a matte black with like a graphics on it. I mean, you can see there's just a little bit of everything on this helmet. But reasons that I really like this one, you know, as far as the overall shape, it does kind of have that pointed rear. It's almost like a double spoiler type look on the back. You get kind of two different lines there. You get a couple different lines, two different streaks kind of going down either side of the helmet. It has a pleasing look. It has a pleasing look for sure. The big Scorpion S right on the front of it there. So this one, good vent system as well. Right on the chin, you do get that one up there that you can have open, you push it up to have it closed, and the wind through there is just gonna kind of funnel right up through here, kind of on the inside of this nose piece and just right into your face. Up on the top of the crown, you're gonna get another vent too. Now this one slightly differs. It's two vents that come in and go over the head, but it's one switch to activate both of them. So you don't have to get one and then the other. So that's kind of easy and carefree. I do like that design. And of course, it's got that double D-ring loop. You do have a little snap there, snap on your strap. The visors, now I just have a clear visor on this. This is kind of, I've treated this helmet as my more road trip and winter helmet, and you'll soon see why. So I've just got the clear visor. Of course, you can find any color of the rainbow. I think there is more visor colors available for a Scorpion XO R420 than almost any other helmet I've seen, which I guess I'm not surprised considering how many different color and graphic schemes you can get this helmet in. Now, as far as those visors go, you do get a locking latch, and it's right on the front part of the visor. So when I put the visor down on the helmet, you'll almost hear an audible click there from this latch. And there is no possible way you could pull that visor up until you put your finger under it and you lift the latch up. Now, our GDM helmet does have a very firm click down. I have never had that visor rise up. Now, sometimes I'll say visors rising up. If I'm going like 140 plus miles per hour, and if I look behind me, sometimes if I have a helmet that doesn't have that just very positive, firm clicking down, just the wind, the aerodynamics will pick up my visor and it will fly up. Well, so on our GDM and on this one, I have never had that happen. Now, one huge difference between this helmet and our GDM Demon is just gonna be the padding and the overall feel of the helmet. The padding is dense, it's thick. This helmet just feels noticeably heavier. So that thicker, dense padding, of course, that's nicer in the winter. It literally keeps your head warmer. It lets less air pass through around your face. Sometimes on a hot summer day, this helmet can get a little bit warm, but in the winter, it's exactly what you want. Now, that dense, thick padding is also nice if you're taking a long road trip. It does help to cut down on wind noise. So anytime I'm going out on the highway and I'm gonna be at those speeds of, 70, 75 or so, I do always try and grab this helmet because it's just a little bit more comfortable on those long hauls and high speeds. Now, the reason this isn't my absolute go-to helmet everywhere is because along with that firm padded feel that I get when I'm wearing it, it is just a little bit heavier, if I wear it every day riding around town here. And I do start to get that feel, that sense that I'm just out of tune with what's kind of around me. Now, when I'm on the interstate and I'm zoning out, we're just clocking miles, that is perfect. But around town where I've got so many people around me doing so many different things, I just need to hear a little bit more. I need to be on top of my game and I need to use my senses, and this helmet just muffles my senses. Like I said, I just feel kind of out of tune as soon as I put this helmet on. But overall, this helmet, for what it was designed for, how it performs, how it feels, how it functions. Again, it's still a 5 out of 5 stars, even though there's differences between this and my Demon, and I go back and forth between which helmet I'm gonna grab. This is a good helmet. So those are gonna be the 3 helmets I currently got. What we're rocking right now. All at a good price point. All good at what they were designed for. They all kind of have their different strong suits. There's kind of a different purpose and a different bike that, I like for each of these. Like I said, there is 1,000,001 different helmets out there. But once you get into some of those helmets that are like $500, $700, $1,000, let me just say that I have bought entire running motorcycles for for less than that. So like I said, links in the video description for all of these helmets. They're all available on Amazon. Otherwise, comment with any questions you guys may have. Well, and like the video if this helped you out. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time.